We don't have it. We're not there yet.
No. See,
What's
better
up?
already.
What's up? It's better already.
Oh, wow, look at the topic.
Oh my God. What's up, everybody? It's Mike Frank with Berkshire Hathaway, Frank Oliver and Company, coming to you today with Miss Heather Kelley.
That's me.
Oh my
You
God.
couldn't tell between
In
the
such
two
a
of
better
us.
mood. And Christian.
Hello.
Miss Christian? Mr. Christian.
Okay.
Identify how you want, bro.
Jenner.
Give me a taste
Hey.
outside.
Yikes.
Catch me outside. How about-
Location, bro. Location.
Yeah.
Location
outside.
Yeah, right? Location outside on the block.
We outside.
In
All
the
right.
streets.
So, we were talking about location before, as we talk about our neighborhood. What
Yeah.
you know about that?
I
You
mean,
don't
know
live in
about me?
Baltimore anymore.
I don't. I live in Annapolis now.
Woo, fancy.
I feel like I've been around a lot
You
of places.
fans.
You've been
Calgary.
around the block, eh?
I mean,
Yeah, right? He's about to be like, I'm from Calvert County, then Southern Maryland, then Annapolis,
That's
and
okay.
Baltimore. And
His
then
His
it's like all
accent
over the
changes
country.
each
This is-
time.
This is how he thinks people from Southern Maryland like talk. And then also anything under Anne Arundel is like a fucking ghost town. It's just not
Anything
even
under there is
existent.
just hell. Like,
It's
it's fine.
true.
Okay. No.
True.
No, it's not true.
Bro, like, what has Southern Maryland done for me lately?
I mean,
What have you done?
what-
Ask not what you can do.
Ask not, she say.
Oh
Ask
my
not.
god.
I have been to Chesapeake City. I have been to Dunkirk.
Chesapeake City.
Isn't that what it's called?
Chesapeake Beach?
Chesapeake Beach.
Chesapeake City? What is
Chesapeake Beach City.
Look at this
The
man
city
out
of
here trying to
Chesapeake
real
Beach. I don't
estate.
know. I wasn't there for my own self. I was doing a favor.
Was that for one of my settlements?
No,
Oh.
it was for Allison.
You thought that was
See?
some shade
What
jar
have-
action,
What
but
have
it
I
won't.
done?
No,
right,
no,
exactly.
but like it was the last time that I thought you had gone down there.
It was the last
But
time I went down
when you
there.
go down there, all you do is like talk shit, and then you're like, oh my god, we're in this little
I
Dunkirk office.
I also want to know why it's not like talk shit. It's like talk shit. It's like got like an extra
I don't know.
shade. Anyway,
I mean,
no.
I just
And
gotta
so
match
then
it.
the other thing I did, so I was there. Then I went to Dunkirk. I went to the office. I met the
I
new.
love
He
that
didn't
movie.
even enjoy any like food from over there. Nothing, probably.
We went to Wawa.
Okay, you can't talk shit.
Okay.
Okay.
There's Wawa all around.
Okay.
Oh, Wawa
I don't know
mac
where.
and
I don't know
cheese,
where
though?
your Raising Cane's is in Southern
Okay,
Maryland.
that's
I'm done.
non-existent. The closest
What
one
is
is
the
in like North Carolina.
What is the spot
I
in
think.
Southern Maryland? We're talking about location.
There's
What's
a
the
couple.
Spot? What is the one spot?
So Mama Lucia's.
No. The one.
Oh, Golden Chicken.
Golden
Dude,
Chicken.
That place in French Frederick. Oh
that
my
a
Bro.
chicken?
god.
He's literally talked about this so much, and then one day he comes into the office, he like unpacks his lunch, he's like sitting down to a team meeting, and we're like, what's that? He's like, oh, it's golden chicken. Like, why don't you bring some for everybody?
This shit is so good. I'm
Anyway,
sorry.
we don't have
Everything on
golden
that
chicken.
menu.
We
He
don't know
has a
anything
Tesla,
about
but he
that.
won't bring us in lunch. That's crazy as fuck.
I think they have 2 or 3 locations. One in Prince Frederick, and then some even more south than that. But
So,
Sale.
Sale. Lusby.
Southern-
Lusby.
But that
Wait,
place.
what's the spot down on the water south of Lusby?
Well, there's a lot of little places
Hit
on
me.
the water.
Hit me.
So, well, it's not south of Lusby. Is it only south that you're thinking of?
Yeah, it's way south.
I mean, Lusby runs that entire.
Is Lusby waterfront?
Can be.
Then I went down there one time.
Okay.
So
and
far.
Joe Wilson's house was St. Leonard. That had a private like water area as well. I don't even think he visited that.
I did visit that.
No, his house, not the water,
Oh.
like the beach and the docking and stuff like that.
Oh.
And then like all the
See?
communities on like the eastern side of Calvert County, there's so many different little waterfront
I'm gonna
neighborhoods.
I'm gonna
and
have a
things like that.
huge shout out right here on our podcast. We recently purchased another brokerage in Southern Maryland, and Chris McNellis is the shit when it comes to Southern Maryland waterfront.
Go to
Big shout out.
Heyo.
Just saying, she knows everything. Like, it was described to me that if you were looking for waterfront where you have a sailboat that has a what do they call the drag on the bottom of the sailboat, the balance thing, and you need 9 feet of water, like, she can tell you that waterfront, that house is going to be supportive and that house isn't. Like, I would have to do so much research to
Yeah.
figure that out, like
Yeah.
tidal waters and things.
Yeah.
But she's like, I got it. I know this. She is the goat of
she's
fucking
like,
Southern
yeah, if you
Maryland waterfront.
hang a starboard north, you get
That's exactly what she says.
I just want to point out, like, look at Liv's face right now. Hang a starboard north. She's like, Yikes.
Oh my god.
But like,
So
okay,
just
so
watch Pirates.
so
That's
it's
what I
interesting because the what we were talking about earlier is like the location that you buy in is so important. And I think people focus on like, I want to be waterfront, right? And waterfront's cool, but also like, what about the lot? What about the community? What about the region that you
I don't know if we
buy
talked
in?
about this on like the earlier podcast or maybe it was one of your shows, but like your lot, how you value the land so much, and then other like little neighborhoods, lots around you, like that's really where a lot of the value is held, and people don't understand that
Funny.
either.
I'm dead. So I feel like, yes, I see what you're saying, but I feel like it's more getting to why do you want waterfront? Like, are you doing it for like the peacefulness? Are you doing it so you can do water sports? Or you do it like
Oh, I mean,
they can
I
get
agree. I think
for
that,
having it?
I think the problem is that we stop there. We stop at like why you want to be close to work, why you want to be in a waterfront community, why you want to be in this region. One of my clients is like, no, fuck no. And I go, what? And he goes, I'm not fucking moving out of Howard County. I was like, you wouldn't move to this super prominent community? He goes, no, fuck no. I'm an elitist and I'm Howard County and I'm not fucking moving out of it. And I was like,
Rare. Okay.
yikes. But that's his perception. And that's where we stopped. Like, we didn't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
But to your point, it's like, well, what if we talked more deeply about that? But my argument is like, well, have you just stopped to like look at it?
Yeah.
Like, forget the community that it's in or the proximity to work or whatever else. Have you just stopped to like physically look at the land? And I've been new house hunting, like building from raw land to a property. It is so fucking wild. Like, you can get the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful property 20 minutes away from your work, and you can get the fucking worst piece of shit 10 minutes away from your work.
Yeah.
And people will be like, well, just switch closer. And I'm like, but the property is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And they don't take a second to like appreciate it.
They're just stuck in their own way. What's an extra 10 minutes, really?
Well, but then you go like, what's an extra 12 minutes? What's an extra 15 minutes?
But if you're doing that, then it's what's an extra 5,000? Like it's.
Ooh, I like that game.
I
What's an extra 5,000? Yeah,
I like
nothing.
that game when it's not my money.
Yeah, and I think it's a perspective thing too.
Yeah.
But for me, location is so important. Like, I never valued having land. Like, oh, I want 4 acres, right? People tell us all the time, oh, I want 4 acres, minimum 2 acres. I won't have anything less than a half an acre, right? Like, that's what they say. But then you go and you see a property that is 17 acres, but literally you can't walk on 12 acres of it. You know,
Yeah.
like, why own it?
Yeah.
You know,
And there's a lot of people
There's
that
a
will still like.
conservation easement. You can't touch it. You can't
Right.
do anything with
There's
it.
a lot of people that will still like stand their ground on that. Like,
Yeah.
like they want that entire 17 whatever acres, and you can't use any of it, and they're like not going to budge. They think there's so much in there. You
Yeah.
know, it
well, but then you get the half acre lot that's really beautiful. Or I lived in a court, so at the court, everybody's lots are pie shaped because it's around a circle.
yeah.
So if you have only a quarter of an acre, but it's shaped like this versus a half an acre shaped like that,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want the half an acre with a tiny backyard.
Right.
I'd rather have a quarter of an acre with a huge backyard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like the lot is important.
Yeah.
The location is important. The community is important. Like, there's so many things that we stop at. Why do you want to live within 20 minutes? And we need to go, like, the location is so valuable. The community is valuable. I drove down John Street yesterday, and I just went down the street to see something. And coming back, I was like, damn, I really like that lot. And I don't really know why, because it kind of like rolled a little bit. It was less than ideal,
Kind
I
of
guess.
wonky.
But then the next one was like, right, the house is here, and it's like the driveway's here, and the front yard goes like that. I was like, that lot sucks. And then one on the other side of the road goes up to the house. I was like, that's okay. But for whatever reason, this one that like kind of waved, I was like, oh, I like that. It's like art. Natural art. Right? Or like the lot without trees or the lot with trees.
I've had one of my clients were like, yeah, we don't want any trees. They're this.
Is it John?
No,
Not a
Does he-
single tree.
They didn't really
A
want like,
singular tree.
they do have they
Motherfucker cut down all the trees on their property.
John.
Yeah, there's
one that they live in now?
one tree on their property.
Where?
It's at the end of the driveway. And I don't know why it's still there because it's an awful, ugly
which
tree.
driveway? The left or the right one?
The left, not grandma's driveway. Oh, there is a tree over on grandma's side of the house. I forgot about that one. But yeah, there was a huge fucking oak tree and they cut that down. There were 2 little trees that were impeding their view of the pool. They cut those down. There were some trees in the backyard. They cut those down. They cut down everything. They're like the Onceler. Bye trees.
Yeah, but if you head out the fourth driveway out of the garage,
yeah, he would fucking throw the microphone right now and like walk out. He'd be so fucking pissed. Yeah, but I mean, like that value is important to some people. Yeah. And I think we don't talk about that, right? Like, go back to your buyer consultation. What are 5 things that are important to you about your home? And they're like, air conditioning. You're like, all right, cool. What are 4 more? And they're like, big bedrooms. And you're like, yeah, you already told me that. 4 more. And they're like, no
trees.
Yeah, but then they like have to come up with those things. You know, no trees or the ability to put in a pool.
Yeah.
And that goes back to like the tell me more about that. And is this a long-term home for you? And, you know, blah, 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 blah.
I think in terms of the buyer consultation, like there's a lot that can be talked about there, but I think you learn a lot more just going out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a million times more. You like
Putting people in your car, some real estate agents will disagree, but putting your people in your car is the greatest value commodity that you can buy. Because you're literally like, yo, y'all ever tried any of this golden chicken? Right? Like you're driving down the street, like what else are you going to say?
Yeah.
And you start to have these conversations and they're like, oh my God, my dad does that every year for Christmas Eve. We love it. It's our favorite. And then on Christmas Eve, you text your client. You're like, oh my God, golden chicken for dinner tonight? Like I'm stopping by because my mom won't make, whatever. But you create that relationship, and then while you're at it, you learn like why it's important to have a pool.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, my grandma has a pool, or I grew up with a pool, or I'm a big swimmer, or whatever. That doesn't come up during the normal course of a conversation.
When's the last time you had like a client in your car?
God, bro, forever. Did
COVID change that for you?
Fuck yeah.
I think it changed for a lot of people.
It was a
I mean,
little
most
bit
definitely.
before COVID, but it was COVID fucking changed it. Like, I used to get like livid about something and, it'd be transactional or whatever. And Kate would just be like, well, you have showings this afternoon. And I'm like, ugh. But then as soon as my clients get there, you have to be like on.
Yeah.
And it like, I fake it till I make it. I don't know if you guys know this, but like scientifically, if you are crying and you just force yourself to smile, scientifically, you will be happy.
It's so funny because I literally brought this up when I was managing the other day to everyone, and we just had like a full conversation about it. And now when I'm in the car, I'm like,
there was a time we were, I think, role playing or something.
oh my God, the frown. Yo,
Yeah.
I was in a trash mood. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then
say I was in a trance.
like terrible mood. And I was like, look, just try to frown right now. Like it'll make your day better. And she just like kept trying to do it, and then she stared like bursting out
Like you
fucking
think
laughing.
of yourself and how
Like-
fucking dumb.
Right.
Like, try to frown. Like you just gotta try. Like
Right. But like it's scientifically proven.
Agreed.
So you put someone in your car, you're on. You got it. You just rehearsed the show. You got ready for the show, and the fucking curtain fell instead of going fucking left and right. And you're like, well, hello everybody in the audience. Like
we just got into like a
Ka-chow.
pre-house touring huddle.
Yeah,
All we're
right?
gonna go in here,
Huddle.
crush it.
Right.
Try to frown real quick. We'll be in a great mood.
So it's like actually fun fact. Those things are the things that fill me up.
Yeah.
So when I went through tragedy, many of you know, but if you don't, my mom passed away from COVID, and I was at the office when I found out that she was going into or she was going to be intubated. And if you did any research about COVID, at the beginning, they were like, oh, ventilators. We need more ventilators. And then shortly thereafter, they learned that the ventilation was actually hurting the body's ability to fight the virus because you needed your own ability to fight. Anyway, so going on a ventilator was like the death sentence in my mind. And I had a coaching call with my coach within 30 minutes of that moment. And I called him, and he was like, not answering, called him again. He finally calls me back, and he's like, what's up, man? And I told him, and burst into tears, worst fucking moments of my life. And one of the things he said was, go home. And I said, well, why? Like, what am I going to fucking sit at home and be miserable? And he was like, all right, fine, then stay at work. Do what you want to do. Fuck you, you know? And we started talking more about it. And one of the things that he said was that real estate is your happy place. And it sounds really stupid, but even saying it now, it makes me laugh. Like, real estate is my happy place. So then I started to embody that, and I shared this story with Kate. And then a couple of days later was election day. And so my family took the day off from family things to allow everyone to go and vote. And I came to the office because that's what I do. And I threw my hands up and I slammed down on the desk, like, right? Just like fucking miserable. And I go, why am I here? And Kate turns around and she goes, real estate is your happy place. And it instantaneously made me happy. It was like the fucking most crazy thing in the world. And I think that, when you have that opportunity to share with someone and they give you that thing that fills you up the most, it's like instant positivity.
Yeah.
So like if you were in that shitty ass mood, but you got a 10 a.m. open house, like positive mood. It's almost like
I wasn't rocking today,
healing.
and then I had a great showing, and I'm in the best mood. It's the greatest day now.
But it's like the experience with your client changes the outcome.
I would definitely agree in that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, right on time.
Heyo.
Liv's gonna yell at me if we don't cancel the show.
Okay, on that note,
1 minute.
my name is Mike Frank. Thank you so much for coming to the podcast.
YOLO, identify how you want. My name is Heather Kelley. Anyway, you guys can
and
always
this is
reach
Christian
us.
Olson, 77.
You can always reach us at frankoliverco.com. Hit me up on Instagram at michaelfrank ____. You can always text or call anytime. Christian, how is everybody going to reach you?
Christian the Deadhead on Instagram, the Deadhead Realtor on TikTok.
And Heather Kelley with an EY 230.
YOLO team.
Deuces.
See you guys real soon.